Powell, he was pulled, he was twisted, kind of like one of those old Stretch Armstrong toys, right? Both sides of the aisle did some of it, including my next guest, Congressman Tom Emmer of Minnesota. Representative Emmer, you actually said we can raise interest rates over and over, but the only way to curb a disaster this bad is to raise interest rates to a catastrophic level. What's a catastrophic level?
Well, Charles, thanks for having me. Catastrophic, most economists, whether their perspective is from the left or the right or right down the middle, will tell you that you have to raise interest rates almost to the same level of your inflation. And this garbage, about 8.5% core inflation. Let's throw in everything, Charles. Let's throw in housing. Let's throw in energy. Let's throw in clothing and food. Our interest rate, or our inflation, is actually closer to 12%. So what do they got to do? Is he going to keep going up, up, up? They waited too long, and I appreciate your previous guest, but this is all on the Fed. The Fed waited too long to exercise the powers that it has, and now rather than acknowledge that, they basically try to provide cover for the administration that caused this inflation, and they're coming in too late. And now Americans are getting punched in the face by double-digit inflation we haven't seen in 40 years.
Yeah, in fact, Chris actually just acknowledged what you said, that they're going to have to go harder than they're going, and it's that they actually have no choice. So the question now, though, are you confident that Powell, A, can and B, will pull this off?
Well, we really have no choice. Am I confident in the chair after our discussion yesterday? No, I think credibility was at issue, right? You've got a president who says the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan did not have any impact at all on inflation, when in fact, Larry Summers, someone beloved by Democrats, an economist, told him in January and February, before he passed the American Rescue Plan or signed it, that this was going to kick off inflation like we haven't seen. And now here you've got the president denying that he's responsible for it. You got the Treasury chair trying to suggest that she made a mistake. It wasn't transitory. And now we've got our Federal Reserve chair trying to play both sides of the aisle. That's not their job, Charles. We need a chair who says, look, you can't spend money like this. You got to rein in the money. You've got to have an all-of-the-above energy policy, because it is energy that drives our economy, and they have killed our energy sector by their attack on fossil fuels. And because of them, they have driven energy prices sky high through the roof. And that has contributed with the spending to double-digit inflation like we haven't seen. And the sad part is, Charles, it's not going to end soon.
Let me get back to the Fed for a moment, because Goldman Sachs had a really interesting note out today saying that political campaign ads pose further risk to consumer inflation expectations. I mean, because everyone's going to have these ads out there saying prices are going sky high. When people see those ads, they're going to say, wow, prices are going sky high. Do you think that's going to be an issue?
I think the issue is the administration. The issue is the central bankers. The issue is the balance sheet. I mean, you and I are talking about the Fed raising interest rates, but they've done nothing to start to whittle down a balance sheet that is so bloated it would embarrass a raccoon that's roadkill on a northern Minnesota highway on a 100-degree day. They've got to start attacking the problem where it is, and they're not doing it.
Yeah, that was one hell of an image you just imparted in my head. I hope I can shake it off before the day is over. Yeah, I got 20 seconds left, and so then what are you telling your constituents then, about their prosperity? I mean, it sounds pretty dire right now.
Look, if we're going to get this under control, the first thing you got to do is start to allow us to have all of the American energy independence that we had before this administration came in. Yeah. Then you got to start to control your spending. Look, Charles, we have to look at the United States of America as a broken business. We're coming in. It's got huge debts. Somebody's got to talk about taking this $30 trillion of debt, which we didn't have in the late 70s when we were able to grow ourselves out of it after the Reagan administration. Now we've got $30 trillion of debt. You have got to somehow figure out how you're going to take that debt, refinance it to pay it off, and get this country moving again.
We got to go. But in all fairness, that debt is built up under both parties. So you got one hell of a job, sir. Representative Emmer, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chuck.